Maulana Saman. On Global TV News Prime, President Tinubu departs Abuja for Europe to begin annual leave. And in business, federal government directs mandatory health insurance across ministries, departments, and agencies. On the foreign scene, United States approves a $32.5 million assistance to Nigerians to address hunger. In sport, FIFA approves a free state stadium for Nigeria-South Africa clash. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global TV. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. President Bola Tinubu has begun a 10-day working vacation in Europe. The presidency announced this in a statement signed by Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, who stated that the president is scheduled to spend the period between France and the United Kingdom before returning to Nigeria at the end of the break. The trip forms part of his 2025 annual leave, with officials noted that he will combine rest with some official engagements while abroad. Northeast governors have urged President Bola Tinubu to prioritize the completion of 17 major road projects and resume oil exploration in Kolmani and Lake Chad frontier wells during a meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja, led by Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State. The forum listed critical roads such as Kano Meduguri, Bamamubi Yola, and Meduguri Mongono Baga, noted that improved connectivity would boost trade, security, and development across the 6 states. President Tinubu assured the delegation, which include governors of Gombe, Bauchi, Yobe, Adamawa, and Taraba, of his administration's commitment to addressing infrastructural gaps, as well as supporting the region's peace and stability. The Chairman House Committee on Youth in Parliament, Olumi Jondo Alao Akala, has called for constitutional and structural reforms to secure Nigeria's future and expand opportunities for its young population. He made this known at the Nigerian Youth Dialogue to mark International Youth Day in Abuja. Aniete Patrick has details.
Speaking at the Nigerian Youth Dialogue in Abuja to mark International Youth Day, the Chairman, House Committee on Youth in Parliament, Olami Julonwo Alao Akala, noted that the nation's diversity and evolving realities demand dialogue and consensus building as a pathway to stability and development.
Nigeria is complex. The passing a bill is not easy. It's not easy at all. Like, for example, now, see the way we are sitting here now. This even shows Nigeria in one way, from the north, from the southwest, from the southeast, from the north center. So, passing a bill, you have to consider everybody's area.
Also contributing, Mukhtar Shagaya assured that lawmakers are committed to promoting policies that empower young Nigerians in entrepreneurship, digital innovation, climate action, and governance. He emphasized the need to translate ideas from such dialogues into budgets, programs, and legislation that deliver real impact.
As legislators, we remain committed to strengthening policies that empower young people, whether in entrepreneurship, digital innovation, climate action, or governance.
Representatives of development partners, including Plan International Nigeria and Action Aid, highlighted the creativity and resilience of young people as critical drivers.
For us, really, young people are the priority in all our engagements. Of course, we know that young people make up the majority of the population. And in terms of nation building, any direction which we want to steer this nation forward, the young people have to be the pillar.
We've heard from the youth what is happening, and that informed the State of the Nigerian Youth Report. So today we are going to launch that report. We are going to dialogue, so it gives us a mirror into reality of young persons across Nigeria, across the 6 geopolitical zones.
As Nigeria marks International Youth Day, the message from lawmakers and development partners is clear. The country's future depends on reforms that give young people not just a voice, but a seat at the table of nation building. Aniye Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
The Federal Ministry of Environment has issued a flood alert for 14 states, warning that 43 locations across the country may experience heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding between September 4 and September 8, 2025. The alert issued by the Ministry, National Flood Early Warning Center, and signed by the Director of the Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Usman Abdullahi Bokani. The warning comes as the country grapples with the dual challenge of climate change and inadequate drainage infrastructure, making many communities vulnerable during the rainy season. To strengthen flood production and tackle rising agricultural costs, the federal government, in collaboration with the Federal Capital Territory Administration, have launched the sale and distribution of subsidized fertilizer and other agri-inputs to farmers in the territory. The initiative is part of the ongoing effort to empower local farmers and ensure food security in the nation's capital. Kabir Hassan reports.
The launch ceremony in Abuja drew stakeholders, traditional leaders, and farming communities who welcomed the intervention as timely support for food production in the FCT. The FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, who was represented by the Chief of Staff, FCT, Chidi Amadi, says the program aligns with President Bola Tinubu's agricultural agenda to strengthen food security while improving farmers' livelihood. He explained that the input subsidized by 50% will be distributed under close monitoring to guarantee transparency and impact.
To officially flag off the distribution and sales of fertilizers at 50% subsidized rates to farmers across the 6 area councils of the FCT. This initiative underscores our firm commitment to food security, agricultural revitalization, and the welfare of our people. These interventions are reclaiming degraded lands, supporting livelihoods, and revitalizing key agricultural sectors. Let me reaffirm that this administration remains committed to building a prosperous, inclusive, and secured city. Our enhanced security efforts are already restoring confidence in our communities and providing a safe environment for agriculture and investment.
The chairman of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, AFAN, FCT chapter, Ephraim Dauda, praised this gesture, describing it as a lifeline for farmers battling the high cost of input. He emphasizes that consistent government support will help farmers meet the growing food demand and contribute to national stability.
To show our profound gratitude for all that the Secretariat, Agri-Secretariat have been doing for us. They are always there on time for us. They're always engaging us on issues. This is the work of the Agri-Secretariat here, and we say thank you so much. And we are assuring you that we, the farmers, will always be there to support the government in achieving the ultimate aim of the president in securing and having food security in Nigeria.
With distribution now underway, farmers across the territory are hopeful of a more productive season and improved yield. The government on its part has assured that similar intervention will continue to drive its food security agenda. Kabir Hassan, Global City News.
The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, is asking ministry staff to fully drive the Renewed Hope Cooperative Reform and Revamp Program. At a one-day workshop in Abuja, the minister said the program is a homegrown plan to reposition Nigeria's cooperative movement. He noted that around the world, cooperatives have lifted millions out of poverty, expanded access to finance, and built resilient communities. He added that Nigeria must reform and digitalize its cooperative sector while also improving training, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship. The initiative, he said, is designed to build community wealth, promote shared prosperity, and make cooperatives a key force in food security and job creation. The National Youth Service Corps has released the official timetable for the 2025 Batch B mobilization, with key dates announced for prospective Corps members. In a schedule shared on X, and its website stated that online registration for foreign and Nigerian trained graduates will take place from 8th to 13th September 2025. For graduates trained abroad, the pro-camp physical verification of credentials has been fixed for 14th to 18th September 2025. The Nigerian Armed Forces says troops across the country are recording major victories in the fight against terrorism, banditry, oil theft, and other crimes. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kange, made this known while keeping journalists abreast with the operational activities of the armed forces. Kikelomo Okiri completes the report.
From the northeast to the south-south, the Defense Headquarters says August 2025 was marked by intensified operations that restored relative peace and secured lives and properties. At the operational briefing in Abuja, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kenge, highlighted the gains made by troops in collaboration with other security agencies. He says several terrorist commanders were neutralized, while kidnappers, gun runners, and their informants were arrested during the operations. Among them were suspects behind attacks in Plateau, Kaduna, and Kogi states.
Troops eliminated some key terrorist commanders during firefights as well as through air bombardment. They have also arrested terrorists, kidnappers, and other criminals. The likes of Adamu Buba, otherwise known as My Panshin in Riyam, and Abdullahi Abubakar, who have been terrorizing Rafiki village in Basa local government area of Plateau State. We are taking off while two suspected gun runners were arrested along Koi Kefi Road in Jama'a local government area of Kaduna State.
The director reveals that in the south-south, troops under Operation Delta Safe foiled oil theft worth over 545 million naira, destroying illegal refining sites and arresting oil thieves. In the northeast, Operation Adinkai eliminated Boko Haram and ISWAP fighter, dismantled terrorist networks, and enabled displaced persons to safely return to farming. Meanwhile, in the southeast, troops uncovered and destroyed camps linked to separatist elements and recovered arms, ammunition, and explosives.
Troops across the theater recovered large quantities of various arms, such as automatic weapons, rocket-propelled grenades, anti-aircraft guns, machine guns, locally fabricated guns, and improvised explosive devices. Also, some cache of live cartridges and assorted ammunition were recovered.
On the issue of protests by some discharged soldiers over gratuity and allowances, the Defense Headquarters clarifies that entitlements were calculated based on the wage charts effective at the time of retirement, urging the protesting veterans to act with caution. The armed forces reaffirmed their commitment to defending Nigeria's territorial integrity and supporting civil authorities to ensure peace and security nationwide. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime. When News Prime returns, Congo confirms new Ebola outbreak in Kasai. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports story on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that break. Now let's take you through the world of business where Wale Edom, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, has urged for sustainable health financing, expanded insurance coverage, and strategic investment in healthcare infrastructure reforms in Nigeria's health sector. Speaking at the National Health Finance Dialogue in Abuja, themed Reimagining the Future of Health Financing in Nigeria, organized by the National Health Insurance Authority, Edom noted that these initiatives are vital for reducing out-of-pocket expenses, improving access to care, and building a more resilient and equitable healthcare system. President Bola Tinubu has directed implementation of the compulsory health insurance across ministries, extra-ministerial departments, and agencies in line with the National Health Insurance Act 2022. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. He says the NHIA Act 2022 stipulates compulsory health insurance for Nigerians and mandates NHIA to ensure health coverage for all persons in Nigeria and undertake necessary measures to achieve its objective. Onanuga said the President directed the Secretary to the Government of the Federation to issue a service-wide circular to all MDAs on the matter. Tinubu also called for further closer and constructive engagement with the private sector on the Act to ensure that businesses are not unduly constrained. Nigeria's National Assembly will begin next week welcome lawmakers and accountability experts from across the continent for the 11th annual conference of the West African Association of Public Accounts Committee. Chairman, House Committee on Public Accounts, Bamidele Salam, said that the five gathering is expected to attract over 300 delegates, including legislators, auditors generals, financial experts, and development partners from West Africa and beyond. Aniete Patrick completes the report.
Chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Bamidele Salam, says hosting the conference in Abuja is timely, stressing it will serve as a platform for experience sharing and advancing fiscal transparency. With the theme, Strengthening Parliamentary Oversight of Public Debt, the role of Finance and Public Accounts Committees, discussions will center on enhancing scrutiny of borrowing practices and improving debt management across the region.
The whole goal, the gamut of the goal is to ensure that at the end of this conference, each of the parliament participating, each of the organizations participating will go home with takeaways that will strengthen them to be able to deliver more on what the constitution of each country has placed on them to do. And of course, this is exactly what our own committee and our own institutions will also be looking forward to. But beyond that, we're also looking forward to establishing the leadership of Nigeria in some of these regional bodies.
The Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, will officially open the conference while the Minister of Finance is billed to deliver the keynote address. Leaders of WAPAC, AFROPAC, and several development partners will also be in attendance. The conference will conclude with country-specific action plans designed to strengthen parliamentary oversight and ensure sustainable debt management in West Africa.
This steering committee is made up of stakeholders from different ministries, departments, and agencies of government, including the Nigerian Immigration Service, the Federal Ministry of Finance, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Office of the Auditor General for the Federation, the ECOWAS Parliament, the Nigerian Police Force, the Department of State Service, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, and of course members of the Parliament.
As delegates deliberate in Abuja, the outcome of the WAPAC conference is expected to set a clear roadmap for parliaments across West Africa to improve debt oversight, strengthen accountability, and safeguard the region's economic future. Annie Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
And now on the foreign scene, the United States has approved $32.5 million in assistance to Nigeria to help address hunger, in a rare shift in the United States foreign policy since President Donald Trump suspended most aid through the U.S. Agency for International Development. The U.S. mission to Nigeria, in a statement, said the funding will provide food assistance and nutritional support to internally displaced people in conflict-affected areas. The United States mission said the donation would provide food and nutrition assistance to 764,205 beneficiaries across the northeast and northwest of Africa's most populous country. Congo has confirmed a fresh outbreak of Ebola in South Kasai, reporting 28 suspected infections and 15 fatalities. The National Institute of Public Health declared a heightened emergency this week after the number of potential cases grew. The Health Ministry officially stated that Ebola is spreading once again in the region. Health officials identified the initial patient as a pregnant woman admitted in late August with bleeding symptoms in Bulapi. She died within a week, followed by illness among hospital staff and lab workers who had contact with her. The coalition of the willing, about 30 nations back in Kyiv, has been stretching plans for a positive reassurance force to deter future Russian aggression once the conflict ends. French President Emmanuel Macron hosted the talk, joined in person by Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky and virtually by other heads of state. Macron and United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer have maintained that any European security force in Ukraine must be supported by the United States. United States President Donald Trump has suggested Washington could take part, but he has stepped back from urging a ceasefire and avoided imposing stronger sanctions on Moscow. Now to the world of sport. The battle for medals at the ongoing National Youth Games in Asaba is heating up, with Lagos State surging ahead of Edo and host Delta in the race for top honors. Team Lagos tops the medal table with 61 medals, including 33 gold, while Edo trails with 41 medals and defending champions Delta in third with 59. Abia State has also impressed, sitting in fourth place with 24 medals. The games, which continued until Saturday, have produced new records and showcased budding talents, raising hope of future global stars for Nigeria. Ahead of the crucial World Cup qualifying fixture between the Super Eagles and the Bafana of South Africa next week, the Free State Stadium located in Bloemfontein has been declared to host the clash by governing body FIFA and CAF. There had been uncertainty over which venue would host Bafana Bafana's World Cup qualifying matches at home after concerns had been raised about the unsatisfactory pitch condition at the Free State Stadium. However, a joint statement from FIFA and CAF eventually gave the arena the green light to stage the match, following further inspections by officials from both governing bodies. That's it on News Prime, and here's a recap of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has begun a 10-day working vacation in Europe. In business, federal government has directed the implementation of compulsory health insurance across ministries, extra-ministerial departments, and agencies in line with the National Health Insurance Act 2022. And on the foreign scene, the United States has approved $32.5 million in assistance to Nigeria to help address hunger, in a rare shift in United States foreign policy since President Donald Trump suspended most aid through the U.S. Agency for International Development. And finally, from the world of sport, ahead of the crucial World Cup qualifying fixture between the Super Eagles and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa next week, the Free State Stadium located in Bloemfontein has been cleared to host the clash by governing body FIFA and CAF. Before we go, a quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Ramsey Enoch Abo. Thank you for watching.